What's going on, guys? This is a solo PVE build guide as requested by some of you out there. I appreciate you guys engaging on my page as always. I'm going to go ahead and get straight into this. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe and turn on notifications so you can see more guides and videos from me. And without further ado, let's get started. So first of all, I want to go ahead and do a 3-1-3-5 build, okay? Pick how your character looks, all that good stuff. We got a Mega Wang as usual.
Deep Wang. Deep Wang. You're not getting it.
And then we're going to go hit next. We're going to also go ahead over here. I want you guys to consider one of two things. Being that this is PvE build, there's no PvP, okay? So you're going to have to decide, do you want to have rifles advanced so that you have a better gunplay experience with rifles, meaning less recoil and then also faster reload speed? Or do you want to go with a melee build so you can be more Walking Dead style where you can just go melee them, things like that, because obviously there's no players involved here. This is a really good skill if you're a soloist, because you can obviously eventually find guns and level up all of these rifle skills and stuff like that, but this is a really long time to level this. It's really tedious. So this may be a good one, and it gives you the ability to be faster with swinging melee weapons and gives you some combinations that you can do, which is pretty cool. Just makes you overall more, tanky in my opinion. Even if you're pinned against a wall, you can pretty much clear a horde pretty decently with the melee high advanced skill here. So consider that. Or if you want to be the ninja, archer type person, you might want to go advanced archery. That way you can pick up any bow in the game, even with a 3 strength, and you can use those even up to the ballista or compound bows and things like that. And also will give you a dot so that you can see, just where you want to hit each and every time. So it's really up to you. I'm usually always doing advanced rifles, so for this, this build case here, I'm gonna go melee weapons advanced just for you guys. Now for constitution, we're gonna go ahead with the running on this. Now, you can do a basic, and then you can do a basic, and if it was me, being that I'm not really concerned with running away from players at this point, since it's a PvE experience you're looking for, I would definitely recommend doing a basic and then doing a basic on your endurance. That way you can have a little bit faster recovery of stamina, as well as be a little bit less likely to get an infection and sicknesses and stuff like that, to make your experience a little bit better. So I would go with these two. And then for the dexterity skills, I'm going to go ahead, and if you're looking to do any kind of kill boxes, which I would assume if you're a soloist, you want to experience everything there is in the game, and in the PvE environment, when you don't have like PvP to deal with, you're gonna probably eventually, you could get bored, so you're gonna definitely want to do some end game content. So I would recommend a advanced thievery skill. This will let you have the ability to get locks opened up a lot easier, give you more time to feather the lock open. And as well as when you level your strength eventually high enough to like an 8, you should be able to literally break lockers open with a crowbar in like 1 second. So it's pretty sweet. Maybe a couple seconds, But the point is, this is a very grindy, annoying skill to grind. It is tedious and terrible. So you don't want to just sit there and practice lockpicking and do lockpick, practice lockpick boards all day. You definitely just want to go ahead and take this so you can enjoy the game. Your stealth will level up eventually, and of course you can AFK your stealth skill, and I just 100% just go ahead with the advanced thievery. And next, here's where things are a little bit interesting. Now, because they've implemented, this is the 0.85 update, since they've implemented a update to the hunting, and also the cooking, I would most likely recommend that you take at least a medium survival right out of the gate if you want to, experience everything a little smoother from the get-go, because the medium survival will actually give you north, south, east, west compass markers. That is something that you will benefit from greatly, so that you can actually see everywhere you need to go when you're tracking an animal, because now the way that the hunting is going, you're going to hear animal sounds first, then you're going to have to go in that direction of the sound using your focus mode to detect clues that you will then have to interact with, and then from there you'll have more clues, and then eventually the animal will appear and spawn in, and then you can take your shot as long as you don't startle the animal. So this will help you find your locations better, because these clues will also say in like a little marker in the bottom left of the corner, it'll say animal is northwest, or southeast, or something like that. So having the survival will give you the compass markers that you need so that you can find it a lot easier. Not to mention, it helps you craft things a lot quicker, and it'll also open up to you different crafting recipes right out of the get-go. So I would probably go ahead with this either way, because you can make a larger backpack. You can also make a craftable armor, even with a basic survival. With a medium, it opens up even more opportunities even quicker. So I would definitely go with this. And then I would go with a medium awareness. That way it also helps you detect those clues a little bit better, because with the hunting, if you do not basically interact with the clues in time, you have like about 2.5 minutes, you will lose the animal, and it will not happen for you. You will not be able to hunt the animal. So if you want to have that highlighted clue pop up easier for you in your vision, and as well as just it helps you highlight loot at a distance, and I've found it very helpful, even in a PvP server, stuff like that. Doesn't matter if you're PvE or PvP, it's very useful, because at a distance you can see, I've even been able to spot like a holster laying on the ground at nighttime in a tent about 50 yards away from me. I've been able to spot loot with awareness, so it is very useful. So I would probably consider that. And then if you want to mess around with cars, things like that, you're going to want to have a medium engineering, because that will help you take car parts on or off of the vehicles, so that you can move them to the trader to sell them, or just enjoy them in your playthrough. It also will give you the ability to have other recipes for crafting unlocked for base building. So if you're a solo player, I'd probably go ahead and venture into the base building, because it's fun, and you don't have the risk of being raided. So I would definitely have a medium engineering. Now again, survival and engineering can be leveled over time, as with any of these skills really, and it's very easy to do so. It just takes time. So if you don't mind the grind, you may want to take something different than what I'm showing you. But if you just want to enjoy it right away, take these skills, I'm telling you. And then the last one here, basically, the cooking skill is not needed, but it is interesting. It does help you cut down the time it takes to cook certain items, so it will help you speed up your efficiency. But realistically, you will learn how to cook quickly enough, and you don't need this skill at all. It's not very viable compared to another skill, such as medical. So with the remainder of our skill tree, I would take a basic medical. That way you're not the worst off dealing with bleeds and stuff like that. If you get a mech or a zombie to, beat you up a bit, I would at least take a basic. And then farming, again, it just helps with crop yield. So, but if you're more of like an immersive, like I want to be, the best farmer and chef right away, you may want to change this up. But I'm trying to give you guys the most efficient use of your skill points. So, sniping is useful for detecting, the rangefinder distance a little bit quicker. So if you want to have a sniping playthrough, you might put some stuff in sniping. Camouflage is useless because you're not going to be having players to find you. So And if you hide in a bush, you'll be hidden from a mech or zombies. If you break line of sight, you can hide in the bushes. So I really wouldn't advise these. Now, if you decide you're gonna go the hunter route, I would recommend changing your strength skill to an advanced archery. I feel like this would really complement early game for you. That way, if you don't find a gun, you can at least get good distance with your shots and more accurate shots with the bow, as well as having that little aiming dot to help you hit your prey. So if it was me and I was really trying to go the old survivalist route, go ahead and take advanced archery. That would be a really good complement. But if you're okay with leveling some skills up, but you just want at least a good start to your, hunting journey and things like that, and crafting journey, I would go with a basic minimum, okay, with survival. That will give you at least a north marker. That way you can always find north, and then you can kind of guesstimate where the animal sounds and location is. So it's not too terrible, and you will level it up. And then I would take a basic awareness, and then I would move this to advanced, and then you'd actually have a little left over to go into medical further. Now, if you do not care, okay, if you do not care one bit about hunting, and or you do care about hunting, but you like the challenge, and you're not super concerned about finding the clues super fast, and you like that challenge, remove awareness, and then take a medium medical skill. That way, this will help you out a ton with the bleed healing. And this is tedious as a rip to level up, unless you just plan to let a zombie or a mech, hit you or shoot you, and you bandage, and you just keep repeating the process over and over and over. This is a nightmare.
This is a nightmare.
So, realistically, you could take this. Engineering will give you all of the ability to unlock everything for base building. So that would be good. But again, you can level it up if you want to grind. So you could leave this at medium and then take medical advanced. And if it was me, being that I've played this game for quite some time, I feel relatively comfortable with my surroundings and things like that. I would just go with this basic survival, okay? And then, because it really helps a lot early game, you can find thread and things like that, and get some puppets and make a bone needle out of them after you cut them, and then you can make a nice backpack to give you a nice inventory space. And then the armor, you can craft armor. So this would be what I would do if I was you guys. I would take advanced medical, medium engineering, and a basic survival, and that's my recommended build for a solo PvE player. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video and this was helpful. If it was helpful, please give me a like and subscribe and turn on those notifications so that more people can also see this video and help them out in their solo and PvE adventures. I certainly appreciate you listening in and watching our videos here. Also, if you're looking to get better at SCUM, make sure you check out my guides. I'll leave them here for you guys, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. And remember, be alpha.